Before we get into your reading, I'd like to start by thanking everyone who has liked and commented on the videos, as well as subscribed and donated to my channel. I really appreciate it, you guys. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can find all of my contact information, including my email and social media links, as well as links to my music and podcast in the description below this video. Okay, let's get into your reading. What do we have for Sag? The Fool. At the foundation of the reading, Sag, I feel like you're breaking away from this very apathetic sort of energy. It's an energy of feeling kind of bored with your circumstances, your environment, feeling very unsatisfied, but also feeling like you're stuck. It's an energy of resistance, but it's an energy that isn't yours. You've started to realize that your outside environment has really been holding you back. I feel that you're starting to see a clear path forward. You're starting to plan for some sort of new beginning in your life. And I also feel that you have some sort of fresh hope after a time of feeling hopeless. It's just an overall renewed sense of passion that I'm feeling for you, Sag. For some of you, I'm hearing that this is some sort of a marriage or a family dynamic that's really been holding you back. There's something very karmic about this connection. This could be siblings. It could be a mother or a father. And again, it could be a husband or a wife. It's like you found yourself in some sort of a dynamic that was seemingly developed just to keep you held back from something that has to do with your higher calling. What do we have at the sacral, please? Chariot. Wow. What a card to follow everything I just said. Charging forward is exactly right. The path is cleared. It's being illuminated for you now. Chariot is an energy of victory. It's an energy of focus. Very determined kind of energy. But again, I feel like there was something holding you back, something that's actually kind of domineering. I'm also picking up a very aggressive energy for some of you. Energy that wanted you to give up. Energy that wanted you to really lack any sort of focus. You know, I see this all too often when I'm reading for people, or even in the collective readings. We find that there's people around us that are trying to bring out our shadow, whatever zodiac sign you are, bringing out your worst traits as a means to keep you stuck or held back so they don't have to face themselves and do any work on themselves. You'd be surprised the lengths that people will go to stay asleep, to stay indoctrinated inside the illusion, the matrix, to stay disconnected from source. For some reason, people find it really taboo. But I feel the people that find waking up and connecting with your higher self and source energy, let's say taboo, have sold out. They've sold out to something else. They've sold out to the opposing force. They've submitted is really what it comes down to, Sag. And what you'll find is that these energies will go out of their way. They'll make it their life's mission to indoctrinate you as well. Because what I have personally found is these individuals are promised something. Energy of sacrificing your path, sacrificing your purpose, sacrificing your mission. This is what it's all about. We all come down here on a mission, all different, customized specifically for each one of us and the life cycle that we have to live out based off of past life karma, whether it be good or bad. We're all here to complete a cycle of evolution of the soul. Each life cycle can be seen as one lap around the racetrack. So there's this opposing force that will do everything it can to stagnate us on those laps, being each lifetime. They want to make sure that our time here is wasted. This is a Luciferian agenda. This is what this is all about. It all comes down to the eternal battle between light and dark, good and evil, God, the devil. It just shows up in a different way in each one of our own lives. But when you break it all down to the very core of what's going on inside this universe, this is what you'll end up with. But this is also evolution. It's necessary for these two forces to be at constant war. It's the friction between the clashing of light and dark that actually creates our reality, our existence, our lives. We are the flux between these two polarities. Our lives are supposed to be a nice balance in order to exist and complete each life cycle. But what we find is there's this darkness that we're all coming up against that is always trying to devour the light. It's an energy that's gone rogue. What do we have at the solar plexus, please? 3 of Cups. Cancer energy at the solar plexus. This is an energy of good fortune and abundance, energy of celebration, support. This is representing your connection with source energy, Sag, and it's also confirming everything I said previously, as if to say, yes, that's exactly what's going on in this universe. But because you're in this energy, Sag, and these opposing energies in your life, it's the spirit of that opposing force that will show up in your environment, your family, your friends, romantic connections. Because they've sold out to, let's say, that darkness, and they've made it their life mission to stop you, the idea of you stepping into this abundance and good fortune is not something that they want to witness. This was not a part of their plan. There's also a sense of great loss for them when you step into this energy, because this is a tipping of the scales. They've essentially failed their mission. Most, if not all of you, are starting to find that the only way to truly step onto path is to withdraw your energy, break away from these groups, these crowds, these circles, these family dynamics, whatever it is. You're starting to see how untrustworthy these people truly are in your life and how hard they went at trying to stifle your creativity. For some of you out there that are finding yourself in romantic connections that resonate with this message, you're finding that you keep ending up with people that are having affairs or cheating on you, feeling like the odd wheel, this kind of energy. And every time this happens, it's like it takes little chunks out of your life, because there's this recovery time that you now have to step into before you can regain your confidence and regain control back over your life again. See, I always say this, that the devil is just trying to run out your life clock. Even if it's just 6 months, a year, whatever it is, that's a win, right? So some of us are in a life cycle where our karma, based off of previous life cycles, is to end up with people that keep cheating on us until we wake up to that particular karmic cycle and we eradicate that energy from our auric field by seeing the truth and having a course redirection in that particular sector of our life. For a lot of you, this is happening. I know this energy very well. You know, it's interesting. I have a Sag Venus placement, and this is what I've dealt with my entire life. Every single person, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 people, have always cheated on me. Always. And it's my karma. It's my karma from previous life cycles. And it's also my karma from how I behaved when I was a lot younger in relationships. And it just takes time to really overcome these cycles. For me personally, I became single and celibate. Well, I'm going on 5 years. And it was in this time that I was really able to find my way in life. I found my purpose, got my life under control, and I've honestly never been happier ever that I can recall. And I essentially am alone. I'm walking my path alone, but I'm definitely not lonely. In fact, I've never felt more accompanied than ever, even more so than when I had somebody in my life, because I've nurtured this connection with my higher self and source, and I just never, ever feel alone. Sure, there are times when it would be nice to share certain moments with another individual, but I also have a very deep understanding that I have to essentially hold back until the cycle runs its course. I understand. It took a while for me to gather this understanding, but this is what a lot of you are being guided to do right now. It's like the divine wants you to be happy within yourself on your own path. This doesn't mean that you need to be alone for an extended period of time. It just means that by entering into this space, I feel that you will truly attract the person that's really meant for you, Sag. For me, being able to step back and see the karmic patterns that were playing out in my relationships, I feel that I was able to see things from a higher perspective. I'm essentially outside of the fishbowl, so to speak. So I can see where I had an error in judgment. I started to see where the people I chose to be in relationships were mirroring this inner childhood healing that I had to undergo within myself. And this is how it is for everyone. Your trauma is going to show up in the people that you attract. This is how the universe wakes you up. And this is a good example of the perfect balance of light and dark. It's essentially the light working with the dark, allowing the dark to come into your life to wake you up to what's going on. What do we have at the heart? What do we have at the heart, please? High Priestess. Wow. I was just talking about this connection that you have with your higher self and source. And it's right at the heart chakra. So for the Sag collective that are going through this right now, there's an energy that I'm picking up on. It's like a blocked heart chakra energy. There's this shadow energy that's lingering around inside a lot of your auric fields. This is representing something that needs to be let go of. For most of you, it's going to be some sort of relationship you were in. It could be a childhood dynamic. So you're being guided here to really start going in on this energy, really doing this inner child healing, connecting with source, high priestess energy, in order to heal, align, get on path, and then in due time, you will attract and calibrate with your true soulmate, the person you're really supposed to be with. See, you need to look at your trauma as a dent. I call this a spiritual dent. I have spoken about this before, but I think it's been a while since I've spoken about it in a zodiac reading, but it's coming up here. Imagine a little crack or a little dent in your auric field. You can't see it, but it's definitely there. Those cracks or those dents are caused by trauma that we come in contact with at different points in our life. All these little dents and cracks collect. Now, what the universe wants to do is heal us, but the way they go about healing us is very interesting, because the situations, people, places, things, whatever it is that cause that crack or that dent are what the universe is going to try and fill that space with. So say you have a spiritual dent that was caused by some sort of childhood trauma, okay? You're going to attract people who treat you the same way as that childhood trauma. It's like trying to fill a dent on a car with Bondo. It may look okay, but it's really not the right way to do it. The right way to do it is to get down in it and pull out that dent, right? So the only way to do that is to understand what's taken place and start pulling out those dents yourself by doing the inner work. And what I found is, personally, is when you start doing this, this is the moment that Source, God, the divine, your spirit guides all make contact and enter into your life in order to heal you. It's like you wake up and come online and the divine is waiting for you. Your spirit team is waiting for you. They're like, oh my God, did Sag just wake up? And all your spirit guides are talking to each other like, yes, they just came online. They get it. They know what they need to do. And now you're surrounded. You're enveloped by this energy of healing. Temperance energy, which is your energy, Sag. It's an energy of healing. See, this is on the backside of the 8th house. The 8th house of Scorpio. Scorpio is all about transformation. But once you come out of that transformative state, which is the phoenix rising from the ashes, you now need to be healed and upgraded. The 8th house of transformation is you realizing what needs to be healed. Once you hit that 9th house of Sag, they need to heal you and prepare you to step back out into the world, which is Sag energy. It's an energy of exploration. You're back on path now. What do we have at the throat, please? Ace of Pentacles. Wow. Back on path is exactly right. And here you are, after being healed and being blessed with support on your path. Here's this path. You're going to the pinnacle of success. Just representing you in alignment. And the divine now supporting you by bringing in some sort of material strength so you can make a real world impact in this life cycle. This whole life cycle is about this healing, Sag. And what you do from that point forward is you getting a head start on the next life cycle. I was talking about how it's like a lap around a racetrack, right? This is the moment that you edge into first place. It's an energy of recalibration. It's an energy of bringing balance to your own life and having a incremental influence on the energetic balance of the collective. You see, if all of us did this, we would be living in the golden ages. There would be a massive vibrational shift. But all we can do is accomplish this in our own individual lives and lay out the path for others to follow behind. Simply put, being the example, Sag. This is what this is all about. And this is really the perfect definition of what a light worker is. What I just said is the mission of a light worker, period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We're here to lay out a perfect example of a life well lived, full of abundance and purpose. What do we have at the crown, please? And there you are. Edging into first place, 6 of Wands, Leo energy, victory at the third eye, aligning with your higher self. So badly do these energies want you to give up. They want you to retreat. These are the people around you. They're going to do everything they can to make you feel inferior to them. They're going to go after your confidence. This is how you really get people, is by going after their confidence. You get somebody's confidence, it's over. Especially for you, Sag, it's like your Achilles heel. These energies want you to step down. They want you to have a fall from grace, however this shows up in your life. And this will never stop, Sag. You'll keep elevating, and it will become much more difficult for these energies to get to you. But there'll always be something that comes onto your path, trying to get you to retreat. It will become laughable the more time you spend in this energy of victory. But it's very important that you understand that this battle is eternal. And you are most definitely on the front lines, Sag. That 9th house, in my mind, is the front lines. What do we have at the crown, please? The world. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius energy. There's an energy here of completion, Sag, with this world at the crown. This is a major karmic cycle you're closing out in your life. A lot of you are being energetically prepared, like I was saying, right, earlier on in the reading, to step into this new season, this new life cycle. All these dynamics, just your overall life in general, is going to be completely different once you step through this doorway and over the threshold. Nothing will ever be the same. You're going to be in this winning season where things are just going your way. You're not going to feel an energy of resistance. Yes, there'll always be this energy that's trying to come through and pull you back into some sort of cycle. They'll just try and figure out another plan, another way to try and get to you. But because you're armed with discernment now, you've healed from these spiritual dents, these cracks in your auric field. You've strengthened the protection around you. You can't be so easily swayed. But this is major for the entire Sag collective here. I feel that inside the next year to 2 years, Sag, you're going to feel more growth than all other years combined in your life. You are on the precipice of major accomplishments, energetically speaking. And when it comes to the evolution of you and your energetic signature, your mission, not just in this lifetime, but your soul's mission, this one you're going to win, Sag. And again, this world card is making me think of the track, right? It's like a racetrack. It's like you edge forward and take first place and win this life cycle. This one's yours. A lot of you are looking for hope. A lot of you are just looking for something to help you get through and make it to the other side. You just want to be happy. You want to be abundant. It's very important you understand, Sag, that happiness and abundance were yours as soon as you incarnated into this life cycle. It's the environment, it's the illusion, the matrix that strips it away from us and makes us fight to regain it again, regain what was already ours. It's just the way it goes. But if you can change your mindset in that happiness and abundance is already yours, and you just start to see everything in your life, in your environment, as an obstacle to try and distract you from the truth, you will start to make some headway. You will start to gain control again. All this resistance is an illusion. It's meant to keep you from the truth. It's meant to keep you from realizing that the win has always been yours. What do we have at the foundation, please? See what demons are trying to keep Sag's root chakra blocked, please. Too many cards. Oh, wow. 10 of Cups. For a lot of you, this is family. Romantic connections. Fur, Pisces energy. So I read this card in its detriment. It's a negative polarity, a demon. 10 of Cups in reverse is a horrible energy. 10 of Cups upright being one of the best cards in the tarot. It's the energy of support. It's the general picture of happiness. But in reverse, it's the opposite of all that. It's like these people that are around you in this life cycle, they don't want you to be happy. They don't want you to have a successful marriage. They always want you to be dealing with some sort of conflict in your relationships, whether they're friendships, romantic, family dynamics, whatever it is. It's just an overall energy of conflict surrounding you. All your relationships being very stressed, always ending up with people, always ending up in connections where your values are misaligned. It's just an overall energy of sorrow and worry. This is also bringing me back to what I was saying about the spiritual dents and cracks. This is that energy attracting itself to you. What do we have at the sacral? 9 of Cups. Pisces energy again. Foras. So 10 to the 9. Very similar kind of energy here, but this is an energy here that doesn't want you to know that the victory is already yours. It's an energy that wants you to give up, like I was saying earlier in the reading. It's a very entitled kind of energy as well. Dissatisfied with everything in your life because something inside of you needs healing. This can also be an energy that's very indulgent, whether it's the people around you that are this way and they're just an overall bad influence, or it's you. No matter what it is, it could be anything. It could be indulgent in toxic people. It could be drinking. It could be smoking. Just something that holds you back. Each one of you will know how that shows up in your own life. Most of us have something, and this is what this represents. But with this energy of entitlement, I was speaking about this in one of the other zodiac readings a couple of weeks ago. It's an energy around you, let's say a parent, a family dynamic, that instills this self-entitled behavioral pattern into you. This is very dangerous for a child's development. What this energy actually is, this is actually an energy of self-sabotage, because when you're self-entitled, you don't actually go out and work for what you want to bring into your life. You don't go out and fight for what you want to bring into your life. You just think it's yours because you're breathing. And I know this energy because this is how I grew up. When I was a teenager, this is how I felt. I just felt that things were just supposed to land on my lap. And although I was actually fighting to bring these things into my life, I wasn't doing it correctly. There was this undertone of entitlement. And this was something that was instilled into me. Now, a very basic, softer example of this would be a mother or a father telling their 5-year-old child who's maybe involved in athletics that they're a champion, right? That they're the best, but they keep losing, or they're a bench warmer. They're not encouraging them to work toward being better. This is how I grew up, okay? And this is really, really toxic. It's not good because it's an illusion. It's a lie. If that parent or that authority figure in that child's life was actually honest with them and said, hey, we can work on this area. Let me help you, or let's get you some assistance in this area. Then maybe that child will become a champion, right? But the way I'm speaking about it, it's what I'm picking up here. It's something very toxic. And for some individuals in the Sag Collective, there's been a very toxic family member around you who is like this towards you. And it's a way to keep you stuck. And this life clock is just running out. And you can't see why you can't gain any ground in this specific area of your life. Take it as it fits. But this is what this represents right here. This is an incredibly deep reading, Sag. There's a lot going on here. There's many, many layers to this. I could really keep going on. But I think that that's probably enough. I think you guys get what I'm putting down here. What do we have at the solar plexus? What do we have at the solar plexus? Too many cards. What do we have at the solar plexus? Wow, I just saw ball, and ball's all about sacrificing children for another's gain. Unbelievable. Knight of Pentacles, Deca Rabia. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. I can't believe this just came out. Whenever I get this card, it's like somebody who, I see it as somebody who's just like sitting on a couch, pointing and telling everybody what to do. Very self-entitled energy. Very lazy, very stubborn, very self-serving, very stuck. It's also very apathetic kind of energy. This is somebody who has become very bored with life because of this self-entitled mindset. This is shadow Sag energy, make no mistake of that. Because Sag energy, on the light side, like I was saying, is all about exploration, discovery. Very funny, very happy, always on the move. This is the complete opposite. So these energies are trying to bring out your shadow. Right? These mindsets don't even belong to you. This is what they've been utilizing to keep you stuck inside the illusion. So you don't close out this cycle. Generational karma. What do we have at the heart, please? Unbelievable. Visago, the Tower, ingratitude. I read this as Tower in reverse. This is an energy of trying to avert something, avert a change, averting a disaster. The disaster being you closing out this cycle. They're trying to hold back your destiny. It's an oppressing energy that's trying to avoid the change, trying to avoid you being on the top of the wheel of fortune, which is Sag energy, Jupiter energy, high vibrational Sag energy. On the depiction of the Wheel of Fortune, the devil's at the bottom of the wheel. Right here, I'm seeing Wheel of Fortune in reverse, not in your correct life cycle, not in your destiny. This is what they're trying to stop from coming through. They're trying to hold back the full force of the divine, which is representative of the Tower in this particular spread. It's like one person trying to hold up a tower, right? A tower is leaning, Sag. And then we have Satael, which is the Three of Wands, creation of all things. You don't even need your hands or eyes because the divine is taking care of everything for you. All you need to do is allow for the change to come into your life, Sag. Hold that vision and charge forward after whatever this represents for you, because this is all connected to what you're supposed to be doing in this life cycle. It's what positions you in the vibration of abundance, which is a mindset. Abundance is a mindset, and then it starts showing up in your life. Money, materials are just a byproduct of the abundant mindset. What do we have at the throat, please? Three of Cups again. EIL, Cancer energy. The right hand of God. Fame and renown influences commerce, voyages, and great discoveries. So we have Three of Cups twice now. And this energy keeps popping back up. This energy of them trying to stifle you. This energy that's trying to get you to give up, withdraw your energy. This Three of Cups came out in reverse. So I'm reading it both ways. It's an energy of withdrawing. But they wanted me to put it in the upright, which to me is telling me that you have a good sense of who these individuals are in your life. See, you have to pluck out the common denominators before you can step into this new life cycle, so they don't try and jump on for the ride. I mean, you won't be able to enter the new life cycle with any of these people. They're just not allowed. Their vibration won't allow for the energetic doorway to open, which is just representative of all the opportunities that Source is trying to bring into your life that are representing this new life cycle. It will all be held back until you release these energies from your life. And boy, do I know this one. I held on for dear life to a couple of the connections in my life, and then it was those last couple of ones, closest friends, closest family members. Once I let go of them, the ones that I never thought in a million years would ever do anything to stand in the way of me and my purpose. Once I let go of them, it's like the floodgates opened, and it was instantaneous. And what was interesting, a lot of the acknowledgement as to who those individuals were in my life came with those blessings. I started to realize, wow, it was you the entire time. You were right underneath my nose the entire time. You were right in front of my face the entire time. You were so close to me I couldn't even see. I couldn't even see the horrors that you were partaking in relation to my path and my purpose. On one hand, you're being blessed by the divine in a way that you've never been blessed before. And on the other hand, you're trying to compartmentalize the wickedness that these individuals involve themselves in. What do we have at the third eye, please? Wow, the Emperor. Aries energy at the third eye. Michael. Like unto God, political authority, gives safe travel and protects against conspiracies. It's an energy of a Kundalini awakening, energy of ascension. This is what's on the other side of this tower, on the other side of this truth, on the other side of these mindsets that were never yours to begin with. However this shows up in your life, this is what's in the new life cycle. Leadership energy. It's an energy of a leader. It's energy of structure. You building something solid moving forward. Building for the future, Sag. It's your spiritual aptitude and your connection with the divine that's making all of this possible. There's a lot of success on this table, a lot of good fortune, and it's your courage that is making all of this possible. What do we have at the crown to close this out for Sag? What do we got? Oh, wow. 10 of Pentacles. Boom. Virgo energy. Manadel, the honorable God. Inner and outer work. Helps one keep their job, protects against disasters. And here it is, Sag, the pinnacle of success. You positioning yourself to be able to access your spiritual inheritance, which gives you all the tools you need to pull through this abundance in your waking life. And this 10 of Pentacles following the Emperor closes out this reading perfectly, because this is you building something solid for the future, leaving a legacy behind. There's also this energy surrounding your hereditary line, what you pass down or leave behind, whether it's to your family moving forward, the family that you build, or it's what you leave behind for your particular energetic signature, like I was picking up earlier on in the reading, so you can pick up where you left off in the next life cycle, Sag. This is big, big energy. This speaks of evolution on a grand scale. Sag, this is the energy that's available to you, depending on where you are on this timeline, should you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading, all of my contact details can be found in the description below this video. And thank you for your donation, Sag. Take care.